Hi, I'm George Myers with Madison Properties, and today we're going to talk about Maintenance 101 for self-managers. We're here to give you a little bit of information. Today we're going to talk about how to protect value first. Protecting value is very, very important. Doing maintenance on the property helps protect the value first of all, and it also helps maintain rental rates, and it helps rent the property faster. You know, there's lots of things that we put off. It could be the most minor thing, repainting the front door, replacing a loose door lock, a missing outlet cover. Those things are all very, very important. Most landlords don't realize how the most minute thing can change a prospective tenant's mind. So you want to make sure that you're doing any little thing that you see. Now, we're not saying go out and replace every little tiny thing that's got a scratch on it or anything like that, but be picky and be choosy on what you're working on. Make sure that you're making all the right steps and making all the right maintenance requests and fixing those things so that you can protect the value, maintain the rental rates, and also help rent the property faster. The other thing that most people don't think about are repair reserves. Repair reserves are talked about a lot when you're talking about association management, but we like to tell our clients that what you should do is you should really talk about reserves now. And you, as a property owner and an investor, should consider this as well. So, let's just say that you know the roof is going to go bad in 3 to 5 years. Okay? If you started putting a reserve aside every month from the rent, maybe $100, maybe $50, maybe $20, you set that reserve up based on how long you need to save for. If you set a reserve and save that money over time, you won't be as surprised or won't be as hit in the pocket when that time comes to do that major repair. The other thing we want to tell you, the best way to do maintenance, find good vendors. I can't stress it enough on how important it is to find good vendors. Take your time to go out there and search some of the websites like Angie's List and different things like that. Don't just rush out to Craigslist and find the first guy that pops up on the screen. That's not the best way to do things. You want to make sure you interview your vendors before you need your vendors. Go out and find a good plumber. Go find a good electrician. Go find a good HVAC guy. Go find a good carpenter. One of every little area. You want to interview those people in advance and make sure that you have them in your Rolodex or in your phone ready to call them when you need them. You don't want to be searching for them at the time that you have to have them. Because what's going to happen is you're going to make bad choices, bad decisions, and you're going to end up in a maintenance nightmare and spending more money than you could. Another thing I want you to remember, the lowest guy is not always the best. Time and time again, we repeat this and people never listen. It's not always best to go with the lowest quote. Now, we understand it helps your pocket, but in actuality, I would say probably 7 out of 10 times, it doesn't help your pocket. Because what happens is, you send a Joe Blow plumber in or a Joe Blow electrician in, and they say it's fixed, and 3 or 4, 6, 8 weeks, or maybe 2 or 3 months later, we're back doing the same repair, we're spending more money to fix the problems that they created. You want to make sure that you don't always choose the lowest guy. Now, I'm not saying that the lowest guy is not the best, I'm just saying that don't always go off price. Go off expertise and the scope of work that they're giving you, and make sure that you get good references and reviews on them. The other thing I want you to think about is regular maintenance. You want to make sure that you do regular maintenance on the property. Do periodic inspections on the property. Doing this will find issues before they become big issues. You'd rather fix small issues than big issues. Going out and fixing these items in the beginning helps save money in the long term. If you see one piece of rotted siding, it's cheaper to fix that one piece now than it is to let it rot and fix the whole side of the house when it rots in 3 or 4 years. Yes, it may save you a little bit of money now, but I promise you in the long term it will hurt you more than anything. The final thing you want to do is you want to find and correct issues before a tenant does. If you are the type of landlord who goes out and finds issues before the tenant does, then you're going to look better in the tenant's eyes. You're going to be a better landlord than most. So it's always good to go out and find those small things. Now, sometimes we know that can open up a can of worms, but at the end of the day, if you're a better landlord, the chance of you retaining that tenant for a longer period of time and not having to go and do turnovers or punch lists or turnovers to get a new tenant in there is going to save you money as well. My name is George Myers, and I'm with Madison Properties. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call.